class is about pain-free back and neck. So if you've been typing or sitting over, hunched over at a desk, long day, sometimes it's nice to release through the back and the chest. So you're gonna sit on, just have your knees folded, you're gonna sit onto your heels, and from here place your hands on either side of you. You're gonna grow up nice and tall, so the shoulders are down, chest is wide. And from here, we're rolling our shoulders back. So we want to open up through the chest area. So you're lifting up your shoulders, rolling them back. And as you roll your shoulders back, feel like your chest is opening. So rolling them up towards our ears, back, down, and then again, drawing them up and around, using your breath. Inhale, lifting the shoulders up. Exhale as they roll down and back. Good. Let's just do 4 more like this. Inhaling, lifting, and we're rolling our shoulders back because obviously we tend to hunch forward. Let's do 3 more here. 2 more. And our last one here. Nice. From here, just going to place your right hand out, a little bit out from your side. Perfect. And with your left hand, you're going to place it over to your right ear. You're just going to gently pull down and bring your left ear down to the left shoulder and just get a nice stretch and release throughout the right hand side. If that's too intense, by pulling it down with your left hand, you can always just release the left hand and just let gravity do its job. You're just stretching out along the neck there. Take a deep inhale here. And then exhale. 2 more breaths like this. Inhaling here. Exhaling. Releasing that neck each time. Last one here. Inhaling through the nose. And exhaling. Release. Release your hand. Draw your head back through center. And then drop it over to the right hand side. Bring your right hand over. And drop your right ear down to that right shoulder. And again, inhale through the nose for a count of 3. Exhaling. Release. Good, we've got 2 more. Inhaling. And exhaling. Last one here. Inhaling. And exhale. Release. Good. Relax that right hand. Nice. And from here, we're just going to bring our hands on either side of us. Rotate the palms so they're facing up towards the ceiling. You're going to reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Draw your gaze towards your fingertips. Just bring your hands into a prayer position. And with your chest, as you draw your hands down by it, you're just going to bring your breastbone so it's drawing up towards the ceiling. So we're not arching through our lower back, but we just want our breastbone to draw up. Shoulders are down, chest is wide, lower the hands down, and we're going to repeat that. So it's just a small opening of the upper back. So we're not dumping into our lumbar. Feel the shoulder blades drawing down. You should feel a little bit of a stretch too on either side of the shoulders, reaching up and lowering down. Using your breath on this next one. Inhale, floating the arms up. Exhale. Draw them down. Nice. Let's do 1 more like this. Inhaling. And then exhaling. Drawing your shoulders down. Chest is reaching up. Nice. Place your right hand down by your side. We're going to bring that left arm up and over. You're going to have a slight bend through that right elbow. We're going to get a stretch through the left side. Breathe into that left rib cage. So direct your breath there. Inhale here. And then exhale, release. Last one here. Inhaling. And then exhaling. Release, draw back through center. Lean over to the left hand side. Breathe into your right rib cage now. Inhale here. Exhale, release, getting deeper into that stretch. Inhale for our last one. And then exhale. Release, draw back through center. Nice. From here, you're going to lower down onto your sit bones. Feet are coming out in front. And from here, I just want you to reach behind the thighs, and similar to what we did before when we were raising our hands above our head, we're just reaching our breastbone tall. So it's a little movement of the chest, and then relax back through neutral. And then exhale, slight extension. Just draw that breastbone up. Good. It's like you're shining a light to the middle part of the wall. Lowering down. We've got one more like this, opening up through the chest. And then exhale. You're going to come back through neutral and into flexion. You're just going to roll off your sit bones. You can keep your hands on the backs of the thighs. Roll yourself all the way down until you're lying flat on the floor. Nice. Bring your feet a little bit closer towards your bottom. Hands are on either side here. We're just going to mobilize through the lower back. So make sure that your sacrum is nice and heavy, so that's your tailbone's nice and heavy. There's a gap between the small of your back. And from here, we're going to imprint your spine onto the mat. So we're rolling our pelvis back. So it's almost like you're drawing your tailbone to your nose. And then I want you to exhale, press away. So coming back through that neutral position. Inhaling, we're imprinting that spine. So imagine you've got your hand behind the lower of your back. You can even try it. And then exhale, pressing away. So I want you to flatten your back onto your hand here. Inhaling. And then exhaling, using your breath. Inhaling. And then exhaling. Good. Just 3 more like this. Inhaling. Drawing your belly button to your spine. Exhaling, tilting away. Good. We've got 2 more. And we've got our last one here. Inhaling, drawing your belly button to spine. Exhaling, sending that tailbone away, so we're in neutral spine here. Coming into our bridging. So I want you to inhale, draw your belly button to spine again. Imprint that back onto the mat. Press evenly through both heels. Lift up the hips. Good, pressing evenly. And then think about drawing your belly button away from your t-shirt. You're going to round through that back, lower yourself down 1 vertebrae at a time, and release the tailbone at the end. And then again, drawing your belly button to spine, imprinting that back on the mat, pressing evenly through both heels, lifting up the hips. Nice. Draw your belly button away from your t-shirt, rolling back. So really opening up the spine here. Release the tailbone at the end. 1 more like this. Inhaling here. Exhale, imprint that spine, pressing evenly through both heels and both feet, lifting up the hips. Good. Draw your belly button to spine, roll yourself down 1 vertebrae at a time, and release the tailbone at the end. Good work. From here, we're placing our hands onto our hips. So this, you're making sure that you can feel your pelvis here. We don't want it to move. You're going to inhale, open up your right leg out to the side as far as you can without letting your pelvis shift to one side. Then exhale, draw back through center. Let's stay with this right leg for 5. Inhale, opening out. Exhale, use your lower abdominals to draw it back through center. Good. We've got 4 more like this. Inhaling. Good. Exhale, draw back through center. Nice. We've got our last 3. You can come off to the side of your foot as you open up that leg. Exhale, draw back. We've got 2 more here. Inhaling. And exhaling. 1 more. Exhale, draw back through center. Good. When you're ready, we're going to open up our left leg now. So opening up that leg. Exhale, drawing back through center. Good. We've got 5 more here. Inhaling, rolling off that foot, allowing that leg to open up as far as you can without letting the pelvis tilt. Exhale, draw back. We've got our last 4. Inhaling here. Exhale, draw back. 3 to go. Good. Using your breath. We've got our last 2. Inhale, opening up. Feel that leg fold open. Good. And we've got our last one here. Exhale, drawing back through center. Nice work. Interlace the fingertips together now. Place your hands behind the head. I want you to inhale here, grow nice and tall. Sit bones are heavy. You're going to exhale. Start to peel yourself off that mat, drawing the shoulder blades off. Inhale to lower down. exhale. So working into our abdominals here. It's great to have strong abdominals because it helps support the lower back and also the back area as well. Inhaling and exhaling, scooping up that little bit higher. Using your breath, exhaling, peeling those shoulder blades off the mat. Inhale to lower down. Can we do 5 more here? Just a little movement. We're not pulling on our neck. Our head is nice and light. We've got 3 to go. Our last 2, exhale, scooping up. Nice work. And we've got our last one here. Good. Lowering yourself down. And from here, we're just going to come into our toe taps. So drawing both legs into tabletop, supporting this with our lower belly. Inhale, arc one leg away. Exhale, draw back through center. Inhale, arc the left leg away. Exhale, draw back through center. Inhaling and exhaling. So keep deepening that abdominal connection as you scoop that leg back to tabletop. Inhaling and exhaling. Can we do 6 more like this? Nice and steady through the abs. 5 to go. Our last 4. 3 to go. We've got 2. Nice work. And our last one here. Keep the legs into tabletop. Interlace those fingertips together again. Place the hands around your neck or around the back of the head. And we're going to exhale, scoop up into our chest lift, lower down. We've got 7 more here. We've got 6. Scooping up that little bit higher. 5 to go. Legs are still in tabletop. Our last 4, using your breath. 3 to go. Our last 2, you should be feeling your abs just a little. And 1 more here. Lower the upper body down. Just draw your knees into your chest. Allow them to come in all the way and just give yourself a little rock from side to side, or you can roll out on the small of your back in one direction. For 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1, reverse those circles in the other direction. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. You're going to roll over to your side now. So you're going to support. You can either prop yourself up with your arm, or if that doesn't feel great, you can lower yourself down so you can extend that arm. I'm going to prop myself up here. From here, we're bending in through both knees, and we're coming into our move of the week. I want you to float your ankles off, so we're coming into our clams. Your left hand is in front of you, so it's supporting you. And from here, hips are nice and stacked, so we've got space between our waist and that mat. Exhale, you're going to open up that top leg. Inhale to lower it down, so coming into that clam position. Exhale, opening up. Inhaling to lower down. So we're working into the glute medius here. And once you've got a strong glute medius, that allows to stabilize the pelvis, which is really important for when you're walking, doing everyday activities. So we're going to strengthen through the lower abdominals and the glutes. Exhaling, opening up. Inhale to lower down, using your breath. Good, just a little movement here. Let's do 5 more. We've got our last 4. Draw your belly button to spine. Good, we've got 3 to go. Exhale, opening up. Our last 2. And our last one here. Good, you're going to lower down that right leg. And from here, we're going to come into our little knee to knees. This is still working into the glute medius. And we're coming into our toe to toe. So I want you to bring your knee to the knee, so the left knee to the right knee, and then your left toes to the right toes. If it feels nicer, you can keep that right leg up. So you're inhaling, drawing that knee to knee. Exhale, opening up. So just allowing that left leg to roll around in that hip socket. So you're letting that femur roll around, so it's like it's got oil in it. And it's just gliding in that hip socket. Inhaling, keep working through that glute med. Exhale, opening up. Can we do 8 more here? We've got 7. Draw your belly button in. We've got our last 6, using your breath. 5 to go. Our last 4. 3 to go. 2 more. And your last one here. Good. You're going to lower down that right leg. With your left knee, you're going to draw it in. Can you reach it long? Can we hold it here? Tiny little circles in one direction for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse those circles, maintaining that stability through the pelvis. 8 more here. We've got 7, 6 to go. Reach those toes long. Last 4, 3 to go, 2, and 1. Lower down that left leg. Lower yourself down so you've got your right elbow bent and that forearm supporting your head. We're coming into our book openings here. Reach your left arm long. Inhaling here, hips are stacked. Exhale, reach the left fingertips up towards the ceiling. We're placing that left shoulder blade, if you can, onto the mat. Good. And then draw back through center. Nice. And then again, reaching that left arm long, opening up the chest here. Imagine that somebody's standing behind your hips, so you're not allowing them to roll back, so they may remain nice and stacked. 1 more like this. Inhaling, lengthening through that left arm and the fingertips, placing the left shoulder blade onto the mat. Good. Getting that release. Draw back through center. Now on this next one, can we sweep that left hand overhead? Place that left shoulder blade onto the mat, opening up through the pecs and the back. We've got 2 more here. Just make it a fluid motion in your own time. Enjoying that stretch and release. Away from the desk, opening up through the chest so we're not rounding our spine. Good. Now from here, just going to roll onto your back. We're giving ourselves a nice glute stretch because we can probably feel that working from the clam. So you're going to place your left ankle over your right knee. If you would like, you can reach behind, grab hold of that right leg and get that deeper stretch again. Pull that right knee in close to your face. The closer that you pull it, the more of a stretch you're going to get. Holding here for another 10 seconds. One more breath here. Inhaling. And exhale. Release. Good. Release that left leg. Draw yourself up into a seated position. We're swapping over to the other side. So lying down. You're going to support your head with your hand if that feels comfortable, or you can lie yourself all the way down, whichever feels nice. Coming into our clams here. So floating off those legs. Those ankles, I should say, your right hand's in front. And from here, exhale, opening up. Inhale to lower down. Exhale, opening up that right leg. Inhale to lower down. The upper body's nice and still. Just working through that glute med. So that way we're going to stabilize our pelvis. That helps to stabilize the lower back as well. Exhaling. Inhale to lower down. Working through that glute. Using your breath. Lower belly's on, it's active. Good. Let's do 6 more here. We've got our last 5, opening up that leg. Good. 4 to go. Our last 3, using your breath. Exhaling, opening up for 2. Good work. And our last one here. Nice. From here, we're coming into that knee to knee and toe to toe position. So float your right leg off. So we've got our both knees together. Then from here, we're exhaling, opening up that right leg, toe to toe. Inhale, lower down the knee. Exhale, open up the knee. Inhaling, lowering the knee, opening up the toes. Exhale, draw the toes together, open up the knees. So again, it's like that femur's rolling around in that hip socket, really working deeper into that glute med again. Inhaling and exhaling, working through that glute, using your breath, belly buttons in. Can we do 7 more here? Using your breath. Good. We've got our last 6 pelvis is nice and stacked so it's not rocking back and forth. We've got 5 to go. Our last 4, exhale, opening up, good. 3 to go. Almost there, last 2, really starting to feel it work. And our last one here, opening up that leg. Lower down that left leg now, draw the right knee in. Can you reach it long? Hold it out here. Tiny little circles in one direction for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6 to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse that leg for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 to go. 4, 3, 2. Last one here. Lower that leg down. Lower the upper body. Bend through that elbow. Support your head with your forearm. Reach your right hand long. Inhale here. Open up that arm up towards the ceiling. Place that right shoulder blade onto the mat if you can. Get that rotation and then draw back through center. You might find that one side's a little bit tighter than the other. Just make it a fluid motion and go as far as you can without straining the back. Look towards those fingertips. Good, we've got our last one here. Imagine someone's behind your pelvis with their legs so you're not allowing it to roll back. And then draw back through center. Good, on this next one you're going to reach those fingertips up overhead. Open up that pec area, trying to place that right shoulder blade onto the ground. Circle it around and down. And then again repeat that, drawing it overhead, reaching around, creating that space and that length throughout the spine. Last one here, opening up, circling that arm down and around, and then draw back through center. Nice, from here lie into your back, give yourself a glute stretch. So this time your right leg's coming over your left, reach behind the left leg and get that release throughout the right glute. Drawing it a little bit closer towards you if you can, and just holding it here. Using your breath, inhaling through the nose, and then exhaling, release. 2 more breaths here, inhaling, and then exhaling. Last one, inhale here, and exhale, release. Good, release that right leg now. And from here, rock yourself up into a seated position. We're going to roll over onto our chest. So come into a prone position here. Legs are long, arms are down by your side. And we're working through the upper back here. So hands are on either side of you. Feel like you're pressing your pubic bone into the mat. I want you to inhale here. Your nose is touching the mat. As you exhale, imagine you've got a marble at the end of your nose. You're going to roll that marble forward. So we start moving the head here. From here, we're exhaling. We're going to lift up just a little bit. Draw your gaze to the edge of the mat. And it's only a little movement. Now you're going to lower yourself down. So it's only the upper body that we're engaging. We're not engaging the legs or the lower half or the lower back. It's just the upper body. Let's try that again. Inhaling here. Exhaling, roll that marble forward, lifting off the head. Draw your gaze a little bit further forward. Press evenly through both hands. Good. And then lowering yourself down. Nice. Let's do 2 more like this. Exhaling, rolling that marble forward, pressing evenly through both hands. A little lift of the upper body. Good, and then lowering yourself down. So it's just mobilizing and getting that upper body moving, because sometimes we're quite tight, it gets sticky, and the joints don't move as well as they once did. Last one here, rolling that marble forward, pressing evenly, and then lowering yourself down. Now if that feels okay for the body, you can move on to swan, which is your full extension. We're going to exhale, roll that marble forward, press evenly through both hands, lifting the upper body off, drawing your gaze forward, extend the elbows, your hips will lift off. Bend through the elbows, draw your hips back to the mat. Your rib cage is going to land down, followed by your sternum,
then your forward. Let's try that again, 2 more times. Exhale, rolling that marble forward. Pressing evenly through both hands, engaging the back here. Shoulders are down, chest is wide, lengthening out through the arms, bending the elbows, lower the hips down, rib cage, sternum, then forward. Last one here. Rolling that marble forward, pressing evenly through both hands. Shoulders are down, extending those arms. Good, bending through the elbows, lowering yourself down, 1 vertebrae at a time. The last thing to touch is the nose. Nice, from here, press through both hands. We're going to come into a bit of a child's pose, but this one's going to be a little bit different. So from here, I want you to reach those hands a little bit further forward so that they're at a diagonal from the shoulders. And from here, you're going to press through both palms, lift up the hips, and send your chest towards the mat. Your arms are still reaching long. Take a deep belly breath here. Inhaling, and then exhaling, release. 1 more breath here. Inhaling, exhaling, really deepen through that stretch. Let's draw ourselves back, so it's almost like you're rounding through the back. Lean further forward, extending through the hips, looking up towards the ceiling, shoulders are down, gaze is up. And then again, can you send your bottom back first? Rounding through the back, reach the bottom long, extend the arms long. So it's a nice movement for the spine here. You might get a bit of a stretch through the pecs, but what we're hoping to do is try and get the chest closer to the ground. Shoulders are away from your ears. Inhaling, exhale, deepening that stretch. 1 more breath here. Inhaling here, bottoms up high still. Exhaling, rounding through the back. Drawing yourself forward, press your hips down to the mat. Uncurl your spine, draw your gaze further forward, up the wall. It's almost like you're shining your chest towards that opposite wall. Good, last one here, round through that back. Draw your belly button in, pressing away from the floor, lengthening out through the back. Getting that release through the spine. Inhaling here. Exhale. 1 more breath. And exhale. Good, last thing here, rounding through the back. Pressing our hips forward. Last thing to untuck is our head, drawing our gaze forward, chest is wide, looking up. Good, our belly button is in. Nice, from here, send the hips back. We're coming into neutral spine. Walk your hands so that the shoulders are in line with the wrists now, and the knees are in line with the hips. We're coming into our cat-cow, so you're going to round through the back here. Look towards your navel, really press away, and then inhale to release. Good, exhaling, drawing your belly button to spine, really rounding through that back, pressing away. Inhale to release, getting that movement flowing. Last one here, exhaling. Inhaling to release. Nice, come back to neutral spine here. So we're not arching, we're not rounding. From here, we're coming into our quadruped. So I want you to sweep your left arm forward as your right leg draws back and off the mat. Lower them both down, draw back into that start position. So it's not necessarily about height, it's more about control in that pelvis. And then drawing down. So this one is just a simple movement to get the back working and firing, because we want to strengthen the back muscles as well. A lot of hunching, so we want to be able to pull those shoulders back, get them into line, and also work our lower back here, opening up the right arm, left leg, sweeping it off and lowering down. 1 more on either side. Keep pressing away from the floor with that opposite arm. Good, last one here, right arm sweeping forward, the left leg sweeping off. Good. On this next one, you're reaching your left arm, right leg off. You're going to lift and lower. Lifting and lowering. Can we do 6 more here, nice and steady? Our hips aren't moving. 5, We've got our last 4, 3 to go, using your breath. We've got 2, and our last one here. Sweep them back underneath, swapping over to the other side. Reach your right arm, left leg long, sweeping it off, lowering down. We're tapping up and down. Good, controlling this movement. Keep pressing away from the floor. We've got 6 more here. Arms and legs are long. We've got 5, 4 to go. Our last 3, 2 to go. And 1 more here, lowering that back down. Bring your feet together, separate the knees, and come back into a child's pose position here. I want you to inhale, expand the rib cage, and then exhale, release. Can you walk your left hand over to the left hand side, place your right hand on top, breathe into the right rib cage, get that release here. Inhaling, and then exhaling. 2 more breaths. Really breathe into the rib cage. Inhale again. Exhale, release. Last one. Walk your hands over to the right hand side. Place your left hand on top. Breathe into the left rib cage. Inhaling here. Shoulders are down. Exhaling. Release. 2 more. Last one here. Good. Bring your left hand back. Just take 1 more breath through the center. Really reach those arms long. And exhale. Release. From here, come back onto all 4s. We're going to thread our left hand through our right arm and right leg. So from here, allow that left arm to come off. You're going to slide it through. You're going to bend through that right arm. Try and get your left shoulder blade onto the mat. Press through that right hand. Draw yourself back up and sweep the left hand through. And then again, drawing it through, getting that rotation through the thoracic here. Allowing that mobility through the upper back. Good. We've got our last one here. Threading the arm through. Reaching that left arm long with your right arm, you're going to extend it. And we're just going to hold it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Get that shoulder blade, that left shoulder blade to the mat. 3 more seconds here. 2, last one. Draw that right arm in. Press through the palm of the hand. Place the left hand down now. Thread that right arm through. Try and get that right shoulder blade onto the mat. One side might be tighter than the other. Bending through that left elbow, allowing that right arm to slide through. We've got 1 more here. Allowing that right shoulder blade to relax on the mat. Reach the left arm long. We're holding here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 to go. 3, 2, 1. Place that left hand back onto the mat, pressing away. And from here, we're going to come into our little bit of stretching. So we're going to open up the hip flexors. So keep that right knee attached, that left leg's coming forward. And from here, you're going to just lean into it. So it's going to be a hip flexor stretch. Both hips are going to continue to track forward. So when we sit down, we often tend to really shorten our hip flexors because you're always in that bent position, and our hamstrings tend to get quite loose. They might feel tight, but they end up getting quite loose. So we need to lengthen out through the hip flexors and just lean into that stretch here. Shoulders are down, chest is wide, gaze is forward. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. From here, draw your hands up towards the ceiling. Draw your palms together. Interlace the fingers. Reach the palms up towards the ceiling. Shoulders are down. You're going to reach up and over to the left-hand side. Get a stretch throughout the right here. And just lean into that Shoulders are down. Exhaling. One more breath here. Relax those hands. From here, you're going to press through that left foot. Draw your weight back. Flex the left foot. Stick your bottom out. And we're going to get a release throughout the hamstrings. If the hammies are tight, it tends to tighten up the lower back as well. So once you stretch out the hamstrings, you might feel a little bit more released. Try and keep that left leg long. The foot is flexed, so that's more of a neural stretch. If that's too intense, you can plantar-flex the foot. So you can just relax it here. Otherwise, deepen through that stretch. Using your breath here. Try and maintain a flat back instead of rounding through the back. So that way you're going to get that stretch all the way back into the lower back. Let's do 2 more breaths here. Inhaling. Exhale. The last one. Good. Come up to a seated position. Bring that left leg back in underneath. Draw your right leg in front. We're going to lean into that hip flexor stretch here. Opening up through that left leg. Getting that release. Chest is forward and proud. Shoulders are down. Gaze is at right in front. Using your breath. Sinking into that stretch. Opening up the legs. Opening up through the hips. Now when you're ready, you're going to draw your hands up overhead. Bring the fingertips together, reach up towards the ceiling, and you're going to reach over to the right hand side now. Get a stretch through the left. Keep bending deeper into that right leg. Shoulders are down. Last one here. Inhale. And exhale. Bring your hands down. Press to that right foot. Can you flex the foot back and get that release throughout the right leg? Right hamstring, right calf, you might even feel it. You can place the hand on top. Stick the bottom out so you're creating length throughout the lower back. And your back's nice and straight. If you need to balance, you can place your hands on either side. That's when you might need to round through the back. Just get that release. Shoulders are down. Use your breath. Stretching out the hammies. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. Folding deeper into that stretch here. Let's do 2 more breaths. Flexing that foot back, or you can point it. We've got our last breath here. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling. Releasing. Nice. Drawing yourself up here. Bring that leg down. We're coming to face the front. Just going to get a bit of an inner thigh stretch and more of a spine stretch here. So bend through your right knee, lengthen out through that left leg, and from here, place your left hand onto the leg, draw your right arm up and over, and you can even try and rotate out. So you're looking up towards that hand. So you're getting that stretch. Relax that right shoulder. Might be a stretch for the inner thighs as well. Releasing that lower back. 2 more breaths here. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling, folding over deeper. Last one here. You can flex that left foot if you want. Last one, good. Can you rotate around? Just place that right hand onto the leg and pull yourself even further. Try and keep a flat back if you can. Flex the toes back, grab hold of them. Keeping space throughout that collarbone. Two more breaths here. Last one, inhaling through the nose. And exhaling, release.
Good. Coming back up, bring your left leg in. Straighten out that right leg, you can flex the foot. Grab hold around your ankle, it can be your shin, whichever feels comfortable. Reach that left arm up and over and get that release throughout the bottom left hand side of the back. Good, shoulders are down. Breathing into that left rib cage if you can. So you're really directing that breath in through the nose and out to that left rib cage here. Inhaling. Exhaling. Two more breaths. Last one here. Rotate that left arm down. Grab hold of the foot if you can, flex it back. And rotating around, getting that release. Don't pull too much. If it feels uncomfortable, just go to a spot that works best for your body. Inhaling here. Exhale, release. Two more breaths. Inhaling. Exhale. One more. Good. Bring that right leg in, so curling yourself up. Coming into a cross-legged position, whatever feels comfortable. Sitting up nice and tall. And we're just going to roll our shoulders back for 5, 4. Feel the shoulder blades drawing down for 3. Growing up nice and tall. We've got 2. Last one here. We're going to interlace your hands around the back, stretching out. Just holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the arms. And you're all finished for today.